Hello, y'all. It's Mike from the Mike High Podcast. Came back. We're gonna talk about Karmelo Anthony a little more today. Give you a different perspective. Give you some insight into how his father is thinking at this present moment. What his father probably wasn't showing in prior moments. How much of what his father probably said in the past was real? Or is what he's saying now how he always truly believed things to be? And is his thoughts the thoughts of the town? Like, was the people in the town also feeling what he was feeling? Because it seemed to me like they had an agenda, but they knew how to keep it under wraps until the case was over. They said one thing, they performed another in court, but they had the family under the belief that their son would get a fair trial in the disguise of keeping it local and keeping other people away from the trial and not make it a circus atmosphere. But the trial and the case in itself was already too big for that little town to try to keep it within itself, and the results show that. But we're going to listen to some of what the family had to say, and we're going to listen to what the father had to say, and I'm going to give you my thoughts.
Looking up for Karmelo and what they believe is an injustice that took place.
My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son was defending himself.
Take us inside that courtroom. What stuck out to you?
What stuck out to me, number one, was the all-white jury. But I was trying to be, all right, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, the truth is on our side.
At the sentencing hearing, the defense called only one witness on Anthony's behalf, his mother, Kayla Hayes. What did you tell the jury?
To have mercy on my son.
What do you say to his grieving family?
It's unfortunate to where nobody wins. We've all been hurt by this. Everybody.
That poor boy is fixing to experience a life that I would not wish upon anyone.
Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff, called Anthony's sentencing bittersweet.
What it boils down to for me is this. Austin will never walk through that door again and never give me a hug.
The case drew national attention, prompting protests in support of both teens, and both families involved say they've received threats.
This morning, I had multiple emails, texts, threatening me, calling me all sorts of names.
During our interview, the Anthonys made a point to call back one man they say continues to dox them.
Why you calling me that?
Make fun of you.
Some people heard that interview the family gave and thought the family was playing a race card. That's an interesting way to look at it. You can't play the race card when you have no representation of your race on decision making when it came to the case. It was clear cut how they was going to go forward and handle that case. It's just unfortunate the parents didn't see it ahead of time. They believed in the justice system. And that's not a knock to them. It's just something we can learn from going forward. Now, in part 3, in this county in Texas, not far from where this took place, I'm going to show you how race played a part. And in that case, a person only got 4 years and took police on a chase in the same case. But just stay focused on this. I don't see how they say it's fair for a black person to face an all-white jury and a racially motivated charge and then turn around and say it's a fair process. Nothing about that process seems fair to me. But I'm going to get back into this and I'm going to continue my thoughts in a minute.
I'm straight. This is not me endorsing everything Karmelo Anthony did, but it's unfair. Y'all know what what y'all was doing, especially into consideration that there were 3 black educators available for the jury pool. 3. They disqualified all of them because they claimed this took place at a school. Why would this taking place at a school disqualify 3 educators who are black? Wouldn't that make them more qualified to really judge the situation and assess this? I'm so confused. So yeah, to decide this kid's fate in this case, that was really gray area 50-50. And that's why the parents felt like, the jury had their mind made up right when they sat down. But because they came forward and put this out there while also being silent during the trial, so they were silent during this entire situation. After the verdict, they are now speaking out, and people feel like them playing a race card and bringing up race is dividing people, is contributing to, I guess, the riots and the race wars going on online, and they feel like they're raising the temperature instead of cooling it down.
Well, Anthony's family is also talking tonight. They believe the trial was unfair from the start. They do plan to appeal. Ken Molestina to continue now our team coverage.
A day after the trial, Karmelo Anthony's parents, Andrew Anthony and Kayla Hayes, sat down to break their silence and to let the world know how they're feeling as their son begins his 35-year sentence for murder. Despite what a jury found, his parents dispute their son ever wanted to kill Austin Metcalf.
My son is no murder. My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son was defending himself. And that's what hurt so bad.
His mother recounts the moment she addressed the jury and made her plea to them during the sentencing phase.
To have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury. I know they had their minds made up already. So, really wasn't much I could say to change their mind.
Both parents fighting back emotions and tears as they described what they believe was a flawed trial.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claimed there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witnesses who took an oath vowing to tell the truth.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone.
All of the witnesses' statements were inconsistent. All of them.
I'm not really interested in relitigating this. The trial happened. But if I was in their shoes, and I sat in trial for about a week, and I sat there and I went through a case, and I believe my son wasn't given a fair chance, right? He wasn't dealt a fair shake. Well, I'm causing hell too. I don't give a damn about raising the temperature or lowering the temperature. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to get my son free. My son doing 35 years for something that I believe he's innocent of from their perspective. However, Austin Metcalf's father, he took great offense to Karmelo Anthony parents doing his interviews and bringing up race. He took such offense that he turned racist overnight. Now, Austin Metcalf, daddy.
Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or GoSendGo money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child, and I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other 3 that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I've come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide. And what'd you do? You widen the gap even further. Hire a convicted, baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone. And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate? Minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant? Minister of bullshit? How about Minister you? Y'all think I'm a saint? I'm no saint. I'm as human as you. I have emotions. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't sin, because I don't walk on water and I don't turn into wine. And anybody else can, step up. Don't become kicking rocks in my backyard. Look in your own. The display of adults on the internet. If your children saw how you acted, would you be proud? Or is that what you teach them? Do you teach them that racism is okay? Do you teach them, do you program your kids to hate? To kill? From day one, I said this was never about race. Please don't make it about race and don't politicize it.
But here's the problem with that. Not makes hurts Karmelo and only benefits Austin Metcalf's family. Right? Like, obviously, this situation was about race. This situation was divided across racial lines. Clearly, is the obvious here. If Karmelo Anthony was white, do we believe that Karmelo Anthony is currently doing 35 years for what took place under that tent? We're not saying Karmelo Anthony is absolved of any accountability, because I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. Like, if I was on that jury pool, I'm probably giving him about 5 years, about 5 to 10 years. All right, he come out on, a manslaughter charge. It's not crazy to say that if Karmelo Anthony was white, they would probably give him the benefit of the doubt of fearing for his life in that moment. If the roles were reversed, Karmelo Anthony was a 5'6", 130-pound white kid. Austin Metcalf was a 6'2", like 215-pound black linebacker. They would have probably said, you know what, that white kid feared for his life. He feared for great bodily harm.
And what did you do? You chose both. The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry. You have embarrassed your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong, we got a lot of people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that. And the only people that's going to change it are you. Don't blame the white person, because we can't change it. But you're going to blame the white person for everything else. I'm going to tell you right now. Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you fired. Day after it happened. How many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You're a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. He's the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all was trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the he did. I forgave him, so I don't carry the hate and the anger. How poetic justice is served. You just do a big softball and I knocked it out of the park. Thank you for making it so easy for me. So you can live with your lie if you want to, but my truth is forever. Just like the fact your son is a convict and a killer. Forever. Forever is a long time.
The father's definitely coming from a place of hurt. I can understand that. But what you can't do in those situations is let your hurt turn into hate. And that's what it seems like the father has done. He is human. He is at a loss. But he chose a different route now. And that route he chose seemed to be one filled with hate. I pray he find his way back to the person he was before that situation occurred. Because before that situation occurred, accounts was he was a different person or had a different outlook on life. Of course, something like that tragic, is gonna challenge your beliefs. But in those moments, that's when you find out who you really are. They say a person speaks the truth in his life 2 times. When he's drunk and when he's hurt. So I don't know how much of this is pain and how much of this is truth, but I know some of this is truth. And this is the overall view of the town, I believe, where Karmelo had to have his trial with no black juries. Well, leave me a comment. Tell me what y'all think. I'm going to wrap this up in part 3 and show you how I believe race played a big part in this case.